Valuing yourself is one of the most important aspects of life. It means recognizing your worth, respecting yourself, and not settling for less than you deserve. Many times people forget their own value because they are too focused on pleasing others. They hold on to relationships, friendships, and situations that no longer bring them happiness, thinking that their worth depends on how much others accept them. But the truth is, self-worth comes from within, not from how others treat you. When you truly value yourself, you stop seeking validation from people who do not appreciate you. You understand that your happiness should not be dependent on someone else's approval. People who respect themselves do not allow others to take them for granted. They know their boundaries and do not tolerate disrespect or neglect. If someone chooses to forget you, ignores you, or does not value your presence, then it is a sign that you should move on. Holding on to such people only causes pain and lowers your self-esteem. Letting go is not a loss. It is a gain because it opens the door for better things and better people to enter your life. Self-worth also means taking care of your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Many people spend so much time worrying about what others think that they forget to take care of themselves. They prioritize others' needs over their own, often at the cost of their own happiness. But when you value yourself, you make choices that are good for you. You do not allow toxic people to drain your energy, and you do not force yourself to stay in places where you are not respected. Instead, you surround yourself with positive, supportive people who uplift you. Confidence is another key part of self-worth. When you believe in yourself, others start believing in you too. If you let others define your value, you will always feel uncertain and insecure. But if you set your own standards and believe in your abilities, you will feel stronger and more in control of your life. Confidence does not mean arrogance. It means having faith in yourself and not letting others' opinions shake you. It is also important to remember that valuing yourself does not mean isolating yourself from others or not caring about relationships. It simply means understanding that your happiness does not depend on anyone else. Love and friendships are important, but they should be balanced and mutual. If you are the only one putting in effort while the other person constantly forgets you, then it is time to walk away with dignity. One of the biggest challenges in valuing yourself is learning to say no. Many people struggle with saying no because they fear rejection or hurting others. However, saying no is a powerful way to protect your peace and well-being. You do not have to agree to everything just to keep people in your life. Those who truly care about you will respect your choices, while those who want to take advantage of you will leave. And when they do, let them go. It is better to have a small circle of genuine people than a large circle of people who do not truly value you. At the end of the day, valuing yourself is about understanding your own importance. You are worthy of love, respect, and happiness. You do not need to beg for attention or chase after people who do not appreciate you. Instead, invest in yourself, focus on your growth, and surround yourself with people who see your true worth. When you start valuing yourself, life becomes more peaceful, relationships become healthier, and you become a stronger, happier person. Letting go of one-sided attachments is one of the hardest yet most important things a person can do for their emotional well-being. Many people hold on to relationships, friendships, or connections where they are the only ones making an effort. They continue to invest their time, energy, and emotions into people who do not reciprocate their feelings. This not only causes pain, but also lowers self-esteem, making a person feel unworthy or unwanted. However, the truth is that holding on to someone who does not value you is never worth it. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength and self-respect. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to let go of one-sided attachments is the fear of being alone. They believe that even an unbalanced relationship is better than having no relationship at all. This fear keeps them trapped in a cycle of emotional pain, where they continuously hope for things to change while the other person remains indifferent. However, true happiness does not come from forcing someone to stay in your life. It comes from surrounding yourself with people who genuinely care about you. letting go of those who do not appreciate your presence makes space for those who will. Another reason people hold on to one-sided attachments is emotional investment. When you give so much of yourself to someone, it is difficult to accept that they do not feel the same way. You may think about all the time and energy you have spent and feel like letting go means losing everything you have built. But the reality is that a relationship should never be a one-person effort. If someone does not meet you halfway, then no matter how much you give, the relationship will always be unbalanced. Recognizing this and stepping away is an act of self-love. Letting go does not mean you have to hate the person or be bitter about what happened. It simply means accepting reality and choosing peace over pain. It means understanding that you cannot force someone to appreciate you, and you should not have to. Instead of chasing after those who do not care, focus on the people who do. Real relationships, whether friendships or romantic connections, are built on mutual effort and respect. If you are always the one reaching out, always the one making plans, always the one waiting for a reply, then it is time to step back and move on. One of the most important lessons in life is knowing when to walk away. Walking away does not mean you failed. It means you are choosing to prioritize yourself. It is about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for less. When you finally let go of a one-sided attachment, you feel lighter. You realize that your happiness does not depend on someone who barely acknowledges your presence. You begin to focus on yourself, your growth, and the relationships that bring you true joy. Healing after letting go takes time, but it is a process worth going through. You might feel hurt at first, but as time passes, you will see how freeing it is to no longer wait for someone who never truly cared. You will realize that you deserve people who see your worth without you having to prove it. Instead of holding on to someone who forgets you, choose to hold on to yourself. Choose peace, choose happiness, and most importantly, choose yourself. Letting go of one-sided attachments is not losing. It is winning your freedom, your self-respect, and your emotional peace. Life is too short to waste on things that do not bring happiness, growth, or peace. Time moves quickly, and every moment that passes never comes back. Yet many people spend their lives worrying about things that do not matter in the long run. Holding grudges, seeking validation from others, fearing failure, or staying stuck in situations that do not serve them. Instead of truly living, they spend their days in regret, fear, or dissatisfaction. But life is not meant to be wasted. It is meant to be lived fully with joy, purpose, and appreciation for every moment. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for the perfect time to do what they truly want. They put off their dreams, thinking they will have time later. They hesitate to express their feelings, thinking there will always be another chance. But time does not wait for anyone. Opportunities do not last forever. People come and go, and situations change before we even realize it. The truth is, the perfect time never comes. It has to be created. If you want to do something, do it now. If you love someone, tell them now. If you have a dream, start working on it now. Life is too short to live with regrets. Another important thing to remember is that life is too short to spend it on negativity. Holding grudges, staying angry, or constantly complaining only takes away your peace. Many people waste years being bitter about things they cannot change, carrying the weight of past mistakes or disappointments. But what does that truly accomplish? Instead of living in the past, it is better to learn, grow, and move forward. Forgiveness is not about excusing what happened. It is about freeing yourself from unnecessary pain. Let go of negativity, because every moment spent in anger is a moment of happiness lost. People often worry too much about what others think. They hesitate to be themselves because they fear judgment. But in the end, the opinions of others do not define your life. People will always have something to say, no matter what you do. So why waste your short and precious life trying to please everyone? Be yourself, live the way you want, and do what makes you happy. Those who truly care about you will accept you for who you are, and those who don't were never meant to stay. Another way people waste their lives is by staying in situations that do not make them happy. Whether it is a toxic relationship, a job they hate, or a life Fear of change keeps them stuck. But life is too short to settle for unhappiness. If something is not bringing you joy or growth, have the courage to walk away. Choose what makes you feel alive. Surround yourself with people who bring positivity and inspiration into your life. Chase your dreams instead of settling for a life that does not excite you. Happiness is found in small moments, but many people are too busy to notice them. They chase after big achievements and forget to appreciate the simple joys. Watching a sunset, laughing with loved ones, enjoying a good meal, or feeling the warmth of the sun on their skin. These little moments are what make life beautiful. If you are always waiting for a big event to make you happy, you will miss out on the everyday magic that surrounds you. Appreciate the present, because life is happening now, not in some distant future. At the end of the day, life is too short to be anything but happy. It is too short to wait, too short to hold grudges, too short to live in fear. Do what makes you happy. Be with people who bring out the best in you, and never take a single moment for granted. Live fully, love deeply, and embrace every day as a gift, because no one knows how much time they truly have. Self-respect is one of the most important qualities a person can have. It is the foundation of confidence, happiness, and inner peace. When you respect yourself, you set boundaries, demand fairness, and refuse to accept anything less than what you deserve. Unfortunately, many people sacrifice their self-respect to please others, fit in, or avoid conflict. They tolerate disrespect, allow others to take advantage of them, and put their own needs aside. But life without self-respect is full of disappointment and emotional pain. True happiness comes from valuing yourself and never settling for less than you deserve. One of the most important aspects of self-respect is setting boundaries. Many people struggle to say no because they fear rejection or hurting others. However, constantly saying yes to everything, even when it goes against your well-being, leads to exhaustion and unhappiness. A person with self-respect understands that their time, energy, and emotions are valuable. They know when to say no and when to walk away from situations that make them uncomfortable. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It is necessary for mental and emotional health. Another sign of self-respect is refusing to tolerate disrespect. Whether in friendships, relationships, or professional settings, no one should be allowed to treat you poorly. If someone constantly belittles you, ignores you, or takes advantage of your kindness, they do not deserve a place in your life. Many people continue to accept disrespect because they fear losing the other person. But the truth is, anyone who truly values you will never treat you that way. Letting go of toxic people is a sign of strength, not weakness. Self-respect also means believing in yourself. Many people seek validation from others, thinking that their worth depends on how others see them. They change themselves to gain approval, but in doing so, they lose their true identity. However, a person with self-respect does not need constant validation. They know their worth regardless of what others think. They believe in their abilities, follow their own path, and do not allow negative opinions to bring them down. When you respect yourself, you trust your decisions and do not let self-doubt control you. Another important aspect of self-respect is valuing your own happiness. Many people stay in unhappy situations because they feel obligated to do so. They remain in toxic relationships, unfulfilling jobs, or friendships that drain their energy. However, respecting yourself means prioritizing your happiness. It means making choices that bring you peace and joy rather than suffering and stress. It is important to ask yourself, am I happy in this situation? Is this relationship or job adding to my life or taking away from it? If something is constantly making you unhappy, it may be time to walk away. Forgiving yourself is another part of self-respect. Everyone makes mistakes, but many people punish themselves for their past. They hold on to guilt and regret, thinking they are not worthy of happiness because of their failures. However, self-respect means accepting your mistakes, learning from them, and moving forward. It means understanding that you are human and deserve forgiveness, just like anyone else. Holding on to past mistakes only keeps you stuck. Letting go allows you to grow and improve. At the end of the day, self-respect is about knowing your worth and never settling for less. It is about standing up for yourself, making choices that serve your well-being, and refusing to let others mistreat you. A person who respects themselves does not beg for love, does not tolerate disrespect, and does not live for others' approval. They live with confidence, dignity, and inner peace. When you respect yourself, others will respect you too. Most importantly, you will live a life that is truly your own, filled with happiness, strength, and self-worth. Focusing on the present is one of the most important keys to a happy and peaceful life. Many people spend too much time thinking about the past or worrying about the future, forgetting to live in the moment. They regret things that have already happened or stress about things that have not yet come. In doing so, they miss out on the beauty of the present, the only time that truly exists. Life is happening now, and if we do not learn to focus on the present, we will never fully experience it. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to live in the present is their attachment to the past. They keep replaying old memories, both good and bad, and let them control their emotions. Some people feel stuck in past mistakes, blaming themselves for things they cannot change. Others hold on to old relationships, friendships, or experiences, refusing to accept that time has moved forward. However, the past is gone, and no amount of thinking about it can bring it back. The only thing we can do is learn from it, grow from it, and let it go. If we continue living in the past, we will never be able to enjoy the present or build a better future. Another reason people struggle to focus on the present is their fear of the future. They constantly worry about what will happen next, whether they will succeed, whether things will go as planned, or whether life will turn out the way they want. While it is natural to think about the future, excessive worrying only creates stress and anxiety. The truth is, the future is unknown, and no amount of worrying can control it. Instead of stressing over what has not yet happened, it is better to focus on what can be done today. The best way to create a better future is to make the most of the present moment. Focusing on the present also means appreciating the small joys of life. Many people believe that happiness comes only from big achievements, success, money, or reaching major goals. While these things are important, true happiness is found in simple moments. Watching a sunset, spending time with loved ones, laughing at a joke, or enjoying a peaceful walk. When people are too busy thinking about the past or future, they fail to notice these little moments of joy. Learning to be present in everyday life allows us to appreciate what we have instead of constantly chasing what we do not. One of the best ways to focus on the present is through mindfulness. This means paying attention to what is happening right now without being distracted by thoughts of the past or future. It can be as simple as enjoying a meal without looking at a phone, listening fully when someone is talking, or taking deep breaths and noticing the sounds and sights around you. Mindfulness helps bring clarity, reduces stress, and makes life feel more meaningful. Another important part of living in the present is letting go of what we cannot control. Many people waste time worrying about things that are beyond their power, other people's actions, unexpected challenges, or things that might go wrong. But worrying does not change the situation, it only steals peace. Instead of stressing over what cannot be changed, it is better to focus on what can be done right now. Taking small, positive actions in the present is more powerful than worrying about what might or might not happen in the future. At the end of the day, life is made up of moments. If we spend too much time thinking about the past or worrying about the future, we miss the moments that truly matter. The present is where life happens, where happiness is found, and where real change begins. By focusing on the now, we can live a life that is more peaceful, fulfilling. In life, people often get so busy fulfilling responsibilities, taking care of others, and meeting expectations that they forget about themselves. They sacrifice their own needs, desires, and happiness to keep others happy. While caring for others is important, it should never come at the cost of losing oneself. No matter what happens in life, one should never forget themselves, their dreams, their worth, and their identity. Forgetting oneself leads to emotional exhaustion, a loss of self-respect, and an unfulfilled life. To live a truly meaningful and happy life, it is essential to prioritize oneself without guilt. One of the biggest reasons people forget themselves is their desire to please others. They believe that if they constantly give, sacrifice, and adjust, they will be loved and appreciated. While kindness is a beautiful quality, it should not come at the cost of self-neglect. There is nothing wrong with helping others, but it is equally important to help yourself. If you always prioritize others and ignore your own needs, you will eventually feel drained and unappreciated. The truth is, real love and respect do not come from losing yourself for others. They come from valuing yourself enough to set healthy boundaries. Another reason people forget themselves is the pressure to meet societal expectations. Society often creates an image of what success, happiness, or a perfect life should look like. Many people chase these standards, even if it means ignoring their own dreams and desires. They take career paths they do not enjoy, stay in relationships that do not make them happy, or live in ways that do not align with their true selves. However, no amount of success or approval is worth it if it comes at the cost of your own identity. It is important to remember that you are not here to live according to others' expectations. You are here to live a life that is truly yours. Forgetting yourself can also happen in relationships. Many people lose themselves trying to keep someone else happy. They change who they are, suppress their own feelings, and give more than they receive. While love and friendships require effort, they should never require you to erase yourself. A healthy relationship is one where both individuals are valued and respected. If you have to lose yourself to keep someone, then that connection is not right for you. The right people will love and accept you for who you are without expecting you to sacrifice your identity. One of the most important ways to never forget yourself is by prioritizing self-care. This does not just mean physical self-care like eating well or getting enough rest, but also emotional and mental self-care. Taking time for yourself, doing things that make you happy, and giving yourself the love and respect you give to others are all essential. Many people think self-care is selfish, but the truth is you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you do not take care of yourself, you will eventually feel exhausted and unfulfilled. Another way to remember yourself is by staying connected to your dreams and passions. Life can get busy with responsibilities, but your dreams matter. No matter how small, take time to do things that make your heart feel alive. Whether it is a hobby, a career goal, or something creative, never let go of what makes you happy. Your dreams are a part of you, and forgetting them means forgetting yourself. At the end of the day, you are the only person who will be with you for your entire life. People may come and go, circumstances may change, but you will always have yourself. That is why it is important to value yourself, listen to your needs, and never lose sight of who you truly are. Life is too short to live for others while forgetting yourself. Love yourself, respect yourself, and never let the world make you forget your own worth.